What's up? Here's why, people. Thank you for joining me for another episode. This entire episode that you're about to witness is a big W for the Xanax industry. I know you guys all know that I have my qualms about Big Pharma. I'm sure you guys do too. We all have our opinions and stuff. And there's a time and a place for those. But whoever came up with Xanax, big, tip of the hat to that gentleman or lady or whoever that was, because I don't know if I would. Well, I will let the episode speak for itself. It's pretty invigorating. My guest, unfortunately, has to remain anonymous for right now because of some cool, weird shit that is evidently happening. Again, we'll get into this as the episode unfolds. It should be interesting for all of you. Or at least I hope it is. I really do hope it is. And I hope things turn out okay. I don't normally have anonymous people on my show. And when I do, it's not because of weird, funky reasons that I can't even talk about. I can't even talk about why this person is anonymous. It's so fucking lame. I hope in the future that I'm able to fill you guys in on all the crazy shenanigans that are going on behind the scenes right now. But in the meantime, please enjoy the show and please go and check out my sponsor. You guys all know who she is, who they are rather, Hex Beauty Lab. The owner of that company is an absolute smoke show, and she's super cool too. So you should go and check out her stuff because hot people deserve attention, I guess, or at least that's how society has raised us all to think. And who are we to really question that? So go check her out, check out her stuff, and buy something. It's almost the holidays. I'm sure there's like deals going on or something, but if there's not, you can use the code Here's Why at checkout and get a really cool deal on all of their shit, all of their skincare stuff. You know that your skin needs to look better. I mean, I can't see you right now, whoever's listening to this, but I think we can both tell. We can both tell that you could use some stuff. Anyway, you guys look fine. Y'all look great. You really do. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here and enjoy the show. I probably should be wearing like an actual shirt, huh?
I mean, who could listen? Don't take this the wrong way, but I want to be completely anonymous because you talk about political stuff on your podcast, and I just want nothing to do with political stuff right now because I got roped into some bullshit that I don't want to be in, and I don't even know how to get out of it. So
I hate that entire. I don't think I've even talked about political stuff. Really.
I mean, that nurse you had on and like other stuff like that is actually pretty political, and that's kind of the shit that I'm wrapped up in right now that I don't want to be.
That's not even political stuff, though. That's having a medical expert on to tell her perspective on something crazy that sent our nation into a tailspin over the last couple of years.
Well, I don't.
It's something that should not be politicized, if that's what you're saying.
I don't think with that, but I'm in.
I don't think people's medical business should be a political matter. I don't think politicians should be involved in medicine at all. They're not fucking doctors.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but I also cannot help what is happening in my life right now.
So. Neither can I guess. What's going on? Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. It's just like annoying. Like I don't know. I barely even know what QAnon is, let alone enough to like comment on it.
So. Dude, the Q thing was weird. I remember, I used to work in bars. I used to be like a bouncer, barback type. And there was a dude, this was years ago. This was like coming up on 6 years ago, maybe. And there was this older guy. He was the only guy in the bar. It was like a Tuesday night. And he was flipping through his phone and we just kind of started making conversation. And he seemed like a relatively normal dude at the start. And then he was like, "Are you about the Q?" Or like he said something like that, something with a Q in it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't know what is that? I don't know. I thought it was like a soccer team or something. I was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. And then he goes on to say that there was like an app that you could download, and it was like an encrypted message service, and all this Q person would say things about stuff that was going to happen. And it's totally encrypted, bro. They can't find you on this. And I was like, even as this guy was talking, I was like, wait, this this is an app that you can download in the Play Store, but like nobody can find you on it. Like it's just so, everything about it just seemed like really weird. But then again, it was like a drunk old guy who's in a bar by himself on a Tuesday night. So I was like, okay, this is, you know, the ramblings of a crazy, probably lonely person.
Yeah.
You know, and then lo and behold, a bunch of Q-tards kind of like spun out and made some weird shit happen. But it really wasn't. I think a lot of that was very much over propagated and irresponsibly propagated, because it was like 10,000 people tops, you know, that were really kind of causing weird shit to happen, which is a lot of people. But when you kind of hold it up to the grand scope of things, I mean, there's like 360 million of us. Like, it's really not a huge number of people.
Okay. I would rather talk about anything else, though. So what's up?
You brought it up.
I was just saying that why I would like to be anonymous. That's all.
Well, that sucks because you're a pretty cool person. I want people to know. So what am I supposed to do? Now I have to cut your video feed. I have to not tell people who you are.
Yeah, I don't want my video in there anyway. I don't look good right now.
Everything about this sucks now.
Sorry, I'm allowed to have boundaries. You want to talk about boundaries?
Yeah, I mean, of course you're allowed to have boundaries, but like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? Okay, so, hey everyone, thanks for coming to Here's Why again for another episode. I'm here with someone.
You've had anonymous guests before, so that's not fair.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get away from that. I've had anonymous guests on before that, like, they wanted to be anonymous for dumb reasons.
Well, I want to be anonymous.
All the reasons are dumb reasons. What?
I want to be anonymous for a good reason.
Why is that? Because you don't want to be associated with me? I'm offended.
Are you offended?
Kind of.
Some of your content I don't want to be associated with, and that's fine. Some of my content you shouldn't want to be associated with either.
I think that's really gross. I think it's really weird that two people who have known each other for as long as we have cannot be associated with each other because of something that we put out in the ether, especially if it has to do with one particular episode. That's dumb. That's for sure. Especially when it's like, take it up with that guest. Like, you don't like what an expert has found on her.
That's not what I said. I didn't say I agreed or disagreed with her. Her views are controversial, and I'm trying to stay away from that right now.
But controversy sells. Not
in my brand. Not what I'm trying to build. That kind of controversy is actually costing me money right now.
No.
That's all.
That's even more gross.
I know. Like, I'm not having a great time, if that makes you feel any better. If I do what people want, it doesn't work out. And if I don't do what people want, it doesn't work out either. So I'm just trying to lay low.
That's totally fair and totally dumb.
It is. I think it's such a huge platform, and it grows every single week. And so right now it's at that period where like it's growing so much that like people want to cancel you, and so they're trying to find a reason, and there truly is no reason. But I'm not trying to add fuel to. I'm not trying to prolong this cancel process because look,
I'm not going to pretend that I am like more experienced in this venue than you, because that's not true. But from an outsider's perspective, you're only as cancelable as you decide to be. You know what I mean? Like, you can be canceled if you let retards tell you that you're canceled. Well, you know what I mean? Like, if you let listen. Just hang on. Let me just wrap. I'm going to wrap up this thought as quick as I can.
Okay.
We're talking about the bottom, like scraping the bottom of the barrel of society. Those are the people who are making noise right now and trying to cancel you. Like, we're not talking about like contributors to society. We're talking about people who don't matter. they're trying to cancel you, and you can allow that to happen. But honestly, this is a real thing as far as from a marketing perspective. Any press is good press. So if a bunch of dumb people are really pissed at you and they're making a bunch of noise, then they're making noise for you. Like imagine they're making your little megaphone larger than it already is. They're just making more noise for you.
I mean, it'll be fine. I don't have time for bullshit right now from anybody because
you know what this sounds like? This sounds like exactly what it is, which is basically this is going to sound really fucking weird, but you are a product. I mean, I guess I am kind of too, because I'm trying to get like my podcast up to speed. So you are a product and or a company that, like every other company, is going to have ups and downs in the market. You know what I mean? Like if you can think of a market, like if you're looking at a stock market chart, those companies go up and down, and very, very often, in fact, more often than not, the larger the dip is, the larger the rebound is. And the dip sucks, always sucks. And one of the biggest things that all these like stock people always talk about, the Warren Buffetts and the people who are better with money than I am, they always say, do not get emotionally involved in your investments. Like if you get emotionally involved in your investments, you're going to see that dip and the whole world is going to fall apart around you. And you're going to get all sad and you're going to feel like the world is ending and you're losing all this money. You're losing all this money. It's never going to come back. It's just a dip. Well,
let's talk about Taylor Swift tickets.
Ew, I don't want to do that.
No, I had something good. I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Taylor Swift tickets?
Yeah, let's talk about Ticketmaster and how they're totally going to get sued and have to give people a shit ton of money. You didn't know about this? You don't know nothing about the news.
No, I don't. I think if I got paid to care about Taylor Swift, I would have to get another job.
Well, it's not about her.
I'm incapable of caring.
It's about Ticketmaster and Live Nation.
But isn't this like the 47th time that Live Nation has been under fire for doing some sketchy shit? You would think that people would learn their lesson the 46th time, but
I think it's the first time that they've ever been like had a class action lawsuit against them, though. That's actually like viable. I just bought tickets to something and they were like $100 and the fees on it were $60. How the fuck does that make sense?
That's pretty wild. Yeah, that's
not Taylor Swift. I did not buy Taylor Swift tickets.
That's pretty weird. To me, that's like saying, like, what? Music producers are sketchy? That's almost like saying, like, a porn director is not necessarily a straight shooter. Like, big shocker, you know what I mean?
But is
it like, wait a minute, you guys are telling me this guy has a sketchy past? You're kidding, you know?
Is it a production company, though? Like, who owns Live Nation?
Live Nation?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what they identify as, right? They're a production company.
I think they're just like sales. What is Live Nation?
You want to know why I don't really care too much about this? If Live Nation like went away, like if it didn't exist, if tomorrow it just completely ceased to exist, nothing that actually makes the world go round would like really change at all. Like there would still be much bigger issues that I think people should be paying attention to if Live Nation totally ceased to exist tomorrow. That's why I don't really follow this kind of stuff, this pop culture bullshit. It just doesn't really matter to me.
Well, what matters to you right now?
What matters is I'm sitting down talking to someone who I haven't seen for a very long time. I missed you very much.
I miss you.
You're one of my favorite people on the planet. You know what's weird is you're also a chick, and I actually meant to talk to you about this because you're like the podcast guru and actually my mentor in a couple of ways, in more than a couple of ways when it comes to podcasting.
Super scary, but continue.
I'm trying to think back. I think most of my recent guests, and then the guests that I have scheduled for these upcoming episodes, almost all of them are chicks, which I don't care. I don't fucking have a problem with that. But I'm starting to think that a lot of people are going to, like, I'm going to shift my demographic in kind of a weird way. People are going to be like, wait a minute. This dude's using his podcast to get chicks, which, I mean, fucking, first of all, why not? I mean, why wouldn't I do that? But that's not what I'm trying to do, you know? Like, do you think that's going to be, do you think that's what the public is going to, like, perceive this as?
Are you
Because it's just the way that it worked out, really.
Are you flirting with your guests?
No, not that, well, I mean, I don't think so. Not that I recall.
Then I don't really think it will do anything.
Yeah.
People
It's just,
always
it's a
think
lot of chicks in a row.
People always think I'm flirting with my guests.
You have a flirtatious voice when you want to, though.
I know. Everybody says that I'm so flirty, and I'm just like, I really am just like talking. Like, I'm not flirting with you.
I don't know. You do have, not right now, obviously, which I don't know what that says about our interaction, but you do have, at times, you have a really kind of sultry affect to your voice. A lot of chicks do.
Yeah. Do the people that come on your podcast like being called chicks?
I don't know. I've never asked them. Never occurred to me once.
You should ask them.
The chicks that I have on my podcast don't strike me as people who would care whether or not they're called chicks.
That's bad.
They're not. I don't have people on my podcast that are like, excuse me. Did you just assume that I like to be called chick? Like that doesn't happen here. And if it did, it would be something very informal, like, hey, chick is dumb. That makes me feel like a child. Like, don't call me that. And I wouldn't. But that's never happened because I have adults on my show.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What
else is new besides your life falling apart?
I mean, my life is not falling apart. It's just pretty hectic right now.
Same. Gearing up for the holidays. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was all right. I can't really eat anything because I'm supposed to go to the like those porn star awards in January, and I have to be all skinny for them.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I'm so fucking strong right now. None of my clothes fit. I'm way too big.
Buy new clothes.
Yeah, I have to totally revamp my entire wardrobe.
Why are you?
But I mean, I do that. What's that?
Why are you trying to get big?
I'm not trying to. It's just that's how it's working out.
When you take a shower, do you shampoo your hair first or wash your body first?
Good question. I mean, I guess it kind of. Whoa. I think I shampoo first more often than not.
Why? Do you exfoliate in the shower?
Like my face?
No, like your body.
Not really.
Oh. Okay.
It's got oddly personal.
I was just take a shower in like 5 minutes, and so I was just kind of thinking about what kind of shower I want to take.
No, I use the Jade cleanser from Hex Beauty Lab. For those of you listening, check out my sponsor, Hex Beauty Lab. All of her shit's really cool, and she's super hot. You should go check her out too.
I saw her today.
Oh yeah, how's she doing?
Good. Her boobs look so good. They're like.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my next question. Yeah, how are the tits?
Good. Her boyfriend is so nice too.
That's cool. Yeah. For those of you listening, yeah, my guest's video feed is not going to be showing up for this episode, but she just did the money thing.
Oh, cut that! That's fucked up. I don't want to.
It's 1,000% true, though. This is a open door policy podcast. We're very transparent here. There's no lying. We don't cut stuff. That's such a lie. I cut out so much shit.
You have to cut stuff.
What's up?
You're going to for sure have to cut stuff. I have to edit this podcast after I get out of the shower, and I have to cut like 45 minutes of it. Like, I already know.
I don't think I'm going to cut too much out of this one.
You don't really have to.
Yeah, because you're completely anonymous. When you come, but you know that the next time you come on my show, because we both know you're going to be on again, everyone's going to recognize your personality and your voice and your mannerisms and everything. They're going to be like, wait a minute, that was that person from the last time that
Maybe I'll have a sultry voice back then.
Oh my God, they'll know. They'll know for sure.
What are you getting your mom for Christmas?
My family is trying to do this dumb shit where they're like, we have to get 4 gifts for everyone. Something that you want, something that you need, something that you wear, and something that you read. And I'm like, every single one of you is very lucky if I get you one thing. Where who the fuck came up with this? You're getting 4 gifts from me? Like all of you? Like what the fuck? That's not happening.
I want that. What would you get me?
What would I get you? I would get you a gift certificate to I wouldn't say Victoria's Secret because I feel like that's kind of the Toys R Us of like lingerie. I would figure out whatever store that you wanted to go to, and then I would get you a gift certificate to that store because then that would cover all 4 boxes. That's something that you want, which is stuff that you don't have to pay for. Something that you need, which every chick needs, like clothes or lingerie or like soap, like lotion. Every chick needs that kind of stuff. Something that you wear, 3rd box checked, and then I would get you like a, I don't know, owner's manual to your firearm that I would buy you because everyone needs one of those too.
Yeah, I don't want one of those. But I also, you know what's really funny? I have a drawer full of like shit from Victoria's Secret that I don't wear ever.
It's interesting that you bring that up because I don't know if I've told you this before, but I donate a fuck ton of my clothes every year. Like every year I go through the closet and I pick out like 50% literally of my clothes and it just goes to whatever, Goodwill or Salvation Army or something. And I was looking at my shoe fucking stack the other day and I've worn some of these shoes 3 times, maybe. And they're like, I spend money on shoes. I don't get like bland shoes. You know what I mean? It's just such a fucking like waste sometimes. I feel like I'm really wasteful with my shoes.
You should
my
start
clothes.
a Poshmark.
Poshmark? Why does that sound familiar?
You can sell your shoes on Poshmark and like your clothes and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Brings up another topic that I was just talking to my friend about. People sell other items of clothing online too. You probably know all about that.
No comment.
Come on, comment. You're anonymous.
Yeah, I mean, you can make great money.
You really can, especially if you're a woman. Apparently, there's a growing market for guys too.
If you work out in it, you'll make a shit ton of money.
As a guy or a chick? Well, definitely as a chick. But are you talking about a guy?
I don't know about guys because I would never buy a guy's like used socks or underwear or shoes, but like I can tell you much more marketable if you wear it for like 2 days in a row and like men are
well, there's dudes, dude, they seriously are. We are absolute pigs, but there's also, so in this market I'm finding out, this is, by the way, I've done research, but that I know this information through weird means, but so there's like people will request that you have certain diets for like the next 3 days, like eat only Mexican food, like work out twice, go for a hike, go for a jog or something, and then the women can like upcharge per fucking weird request, which more power to them. I'm not going to be that guy that gets all salty that chicks can make so much money on OnlyFans, and if I try to start one, I'll make like $30 in the entirety of my OnlyFans career. Are you frozen or are you just not looking at me at all?
I'm listening. But I didn't see your OnlyFans in your link anymore.
Yeah, I was having a really professional person on, and I knew that they were going to check out my social media, so I didn't want them to see that I had an OnlyFans.
Are you going to post like stuff on your OnlyFans? What's the plan for OnlyFans?
You're going to have to subscribe and find out.
First of all, I'm not going to subscribe to something that I should be getting for free. And second of all, absolutely not. Just tell me.
No, that defeats the whole point of my OnlyFans. You can't just get stuff for free.
I don't think. Okay, here's why I don't subscribe to people that's like, you're gonna have to see. Like, I wouldn't subscribe to an OnlyFans like that. I wouldn't subscribe to a Patreon like that. None of it. Because I want to know I don't want to see it, but like, if I'm getting dick, tell me I'm getting that. Because if I think that's what I'm getting, and I'm getting,
Oh, I know. Yeah. I know what
and
you're
I like
talking about.
do, like fucking cooking, like I don't want that. That's not what I signed up for. Or maybe it is.
I I definitely know what you're talking about. It's really fun. Like I don't follow people on OnlyFans. I don't. I feel like that's a level of sympathy that I don't ever want to stoop down to. So, but I totally get what you're saying in that I have a lot of respect for people who have OnlyFans and they'll say in the description like you're not going to see my tits. You know, like they make it very clear like this is what I'm doing on my OnlyFans, and then they'll still get subscribers. You know, but the people who like they market themselves as if they're going to get one thing and then they click on it and they subscribe and they don't get that. That's shady. I totally agree with you 100%.
So how would you describe your OnlyFans?
Vanilla, but exciting. I know that's an oxymoron, but it's true. That's exactly what it is. I think I only have like 3 posts up right now anyway. So
Yeah, we'll subscribe to his OnlyFans. I don't have one. I will clean up, but I don't have one.
it's going to be so annoying to block out your video feed and do all this annoying shit that I have to do. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's very nice to see you.
Why don't you just take the audio and like, I don't know, just put your podcast logo on it.
Well, because I've been very expressive. The whole time, the whole point of like putting the video feed out is to add humanity into the podcast. Like I want people to see that I'm a person. I mean, they already know that I'm a person, but that, like, you know, it's just better, I think.
Do you want me to block my video and then we can talk about how annoying it is that I don't have a video feed and that can be your clip?
No, because then I'll be talking to a photo of you and that's very strange. I'm like,
Is it even a photo? It's nothing.
Oh yeah, we're not. Yeah, it's definitely nothing. You're right. It's just a P. I hate this. I definitely hated that.
Sorry.
That's all right. Did I tell you I quit booze? I quit alcohol?
Yeah, how's your sober virgin brain going?
Pretty good. I quit alcohol, quit nicotine, and started Xanax. So life's pretty cool.
Oh, that's why you're not having weird sex, because you're on Xanax.
Wait, let's rewind. Back it up for a little. What did you just say?
I just meant like that's why you're not having like random sex, is because you're on Xanax.
Are you calling into question my prior conquests? Because they're very fine ladies. And they're probably going to hear this podcast.
Say that again?
I said they're very fine ladies, and they're probably going to hear this podcast.
First of all, I don't think some of your past conquests are listening to this podcast. I just don't think they are. Some of them maybe. I'm not saying that they were bad choices or that they were bad looking or bad girls.
Mm.
They were.
Are you not?
They weren't bad looking.
In my drunkitude, I've made some rather peculiar decisions.
But you've also made some good decisions, I will say. I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying it was more frequent then than it is now because you were drinking and not properly taking.
It was more frequent. It was more frequent then that I was making questionable decisions than it is now.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're trying to say either. It's pretty interesting though.
I mean, like, you're not like hoeing around anymore.
Yeah, well, but that's I probably could have made that decision with the alcohol. I'm not on Xanax, by the way. I should have rephrased the way that I said that. I have like an emergencies only prescription. I have like 5 of them, and it's only for emergencies. My doctor is fucking awesome. He was like, "Why do you feel like you need it?" And I was like, "Sometimes I just kind of want one." And he was like, "I totally get that." I have a sick doctor.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy that it's all good.
Like I'm not on it right now, for example.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I definitely took a Vicodin right before this.
Is that why you're falling asleep in front of me?
Yeah, my back hurts though. That's why. Like I'm in pain, man. I slept
That's
on
pretty cool. I mean, it's not cool that you're in pain. It's cool that you're,
a drug addict.
sleepy or whatever.
I wish I was a drug addict. I had a lot more fun when I was.
I think it's probably a lot more fun for the people around you when you're a drug addict. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to like watch someone be crazy and then wake up tomorrow morning like not completely hungover and in the same bed. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier for the people around you.
I don't know. Remember when I was on drugs and we talked all the time and then I got sober and we didn't talk for like a little bit and you were like, "Yeah, I definitely knew you were on drugs." And I was like, "Yeah, everybody knew I was on drugs."
Well, yeah, but I also knew you on drugs because you were like, "Hey, I'm on drugs right now," and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Like that's why it wasn't like I was like a psychic or something, you know. And then we stopped talking, but that wasn't even my fault. That was I thought you were married or something for like 3 months. I just put together what I was actually remembering, and now I remember the actual situation. I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast, but we could, if we really wanted to, we could dig up some really cool dirt right now on both of us.
On why we stopped talking?
Yeah, on why we stopped talking. On I really don't want to talk about. I really don't want to talk about this right now.
That's okay because I don't even know what you're talking about right now. So I couldn't even talk about it if I wanted to. So I like that you just got like upset though that we stopped talking for a second
You mean right now or back then?
back then because I don't know what you're specifically talking about, but either way, it upset you.
It wasn't upsetting. It was just like, it's like, how do I navigate this? Because when someone falls off the face of the earth just with no real explanation, for anyone, regardless of who it is, like whether it's a situation like ours, like we've known each other forever, or if it's just like someone like random, there's something else is going on there. Like this person just fell off out of nowhere. Like there's some explanation for it. And then when they come back again without an explanation, there's kind of like this weird gap in information. It's like, what do I do now? You know what I mean? Do I pick up where we left off? Do I ask what's going on? How do we do this? You know, so that's kind of where I was. I wasn't really upset though. I don't have time to get upset with that with that kind of stuff. Like I don't. We're all gonna like die in a few decades. Like I don't. I'm here for like 80 years tops. I don't have time to be like, why did you do that? You know.
Well, I feel like you know with me that I'm very hot and cold and I'm very difficult. That's the end of that.
Don't say.
I'm very hot and cold and I'm very difficult. And when I'm not pretty much instantly fulfilled, I keep it moving. And you're not always able to fulfill me because you have to put yourself first. Does that make sense?
Shocker. Wait, are you saying we're both narcissists?
I don't think I'm a narcissist. I just think that I really actually don't think I'm a narcissist because I do have a lot of empathy and I do put others before me most of the time. But I have very, very hard boundaries and I'm not flexible at all with them. And that's not fair to other people because they don't even know where my boundaries are sometimes. And so for me, if I give out this energy and it's not instantly and like in the same level reciprocated, I'm out for a while.
Yeah. I gotta say, I didn't expect to have to put my psychologist hat on today.
I didn't
But
want to be analyzed. I'm never going to change. That's who I am. So you got to take it or leave it.
yeah, you're not a narcissist at all.
I don't even care if I am. I do not care.
I am who I am. You're never gonna fucking change me, but I'm not a narcissist.
Those boundaries keep me safe most of the time. And if they hurt somebody's feelings, I'm happy to apologize and I'm happy to take accountability if they do hurt somebody's feelings. But I don't always consider that when I put my boundaries out. But so I don't think that's
no, that's definitely good. I mean, boundaries are so fucking necessary and so important. But can I tell you something from from another, like from the outside looking in.
From the one that gets cut off all the time? Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. From me, from my perspective, there is nothing more frustrating and annoying and toxic than somebody who very consistently changes their boundaries and doesn't notify anyone like where the boundaries are changing to, because then like weeks will go by and then this person will come back and be like, sorry, I disappeared for a little bit, you just trampled on my boundaries and I can't tolerate that. And then it's like, well, wait a minute, but I didn't get an email, like you didn't you didn't tell me that the boundaries were changing, and you didn't tell me where they were changing to. Like the boundaries were here and now they're here. Like if I got that notification, I'd be like, okay, now I know where the boundary is. But when you don't get that and the person just disappears, that's a very, very toxic trait. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't really think it's like that from my perspective, but from your perspective it is. So like I respect and appreciate that. But like also,
Is this a therapy session right now?
no, I'm just gonna make like a final statement and then I'm gonna go take a shower. But I mean you can make a statement after. I also hate wasting my time, and I know that you feel like this too, and this doesn't just apply to you, but it also applies to you. I'm not going to tell somebody what I want when I already know they're not going to give it to me. So like, does that make sense? Like, what's the point of me being like, I want this from you when A, that puts me vulnerable, which I don't want to be, and B, I'm not going to fucking get it. So what's the point of that?
Okay, so what you're saying is, correct me if I'm wrong, there's something that you want from this interaction that you're not getting, but you're not telling me that you want it, and then you're getting angry that you don't get it. Isn't that like a self-fulfilling prophecy? This is totally a fucking therapy session right now, by the way.
By the way, angry is not the right word, and it's not that. It's like I'll put energy out, and if it's not reciprocated, then that's my clue.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Has it?
Hey guys, please enjoy this standby music while I work some shit out. Thank you. A couple of things I feel like I wanted to cover, but I didn't write them down. And I know that these are topics, like the things that I did have in mind that of course I've forgotten now are things that we probably could have gone on with for a long time. Like we probably could have stretched this into like a 2-hour episode if we wanted to, but I didn't write them down, and we kind of crunched this together. This was very impromptu.
Yeah. Well, why don't I come back in December?
Sure. You can come back on whenever you want to. I do want to say thank you for squeezing this in, because we both have rather hectic schedules right now. So this is very nice of you, and it's very nice to see you.
Nice,
and thanks, of course, everyone for tuning in and listening. See, this is where I get backed up into a weird corner again, though, because now I want to say follow X on all of her shit on X platform and Y platform and B platform and da. And I can't do that because you're fucking anonymous right now, because Reddit is scary or something, whatever the fuck you said earlier.
How about this? Instead of following me, share all of your stuff on their socials and then follow Hex Beauty Lab, because that's a great small business to support.
Share all of my stuff on your platforms?
No, like the people listening should share all of your stuff on their story, share it with their friends, and then go follow Hex Beauty Lab. Follow Annie. Yeah. Annie Aesthetics. She's hot.
Yeah, she is really hot. You guys should definitely follow her. Okay, yeah, do all of that stuff that my fucking mystery guest just said. Thank you. I love you to death for coming on. And we'll talk soon. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And come back next week for a non-anonymous, also really cool episode.